So are you on Team Free Britney? There's a really important reason why we're talking about this today, by the way. I'm not trying to just be all pop culture-y, but I think this is an important issue, talking about mental health issues. Because it really is, it's getting to me. The news coverage of Britney Spears is asking to be freed from her 13-year conservatorship, where her father has basically been controlling her life, not controlling, but guarding of her life in taking care of her financial decisions and even her medical decisions, and blaming it on a mental health crisis. Have you been following this, Matt?
Not closely.
Yeah.
So clarify a few things for me.
Okay.
So 13 years ago, she was declared like mentally unstable.
Do you remember? It was all in the news. Like, I feel this connection with her.
I don't follow Britney Spears a whole lot, forgive me.
I feel a Britney connection because I remember, as a young woman, like, listening to her music and wanting to be like, wow, Britney Spears is cool. Like, she was like the thing for my generation. And she then had this mental breakdown. She had 2 babies. Remember, she shaved her head. And then she was caught in the news. And I remember this picture of her with a bald head and her umbrella. Like, she was attacking paparazzi. Like, it looked like it was a drug problem, a mental health problem. Something was going on that was not right. And ever since then, they put her on like one of those 5150 holds, a psychiatric hold evaluation. And then she got in this conservatorship because she's got $60 million, and her family's trying to protect her fortune and her. But now she appeared in court this week saying that, no, like, I'm okay. I want to be freed from this. It's been 13 years and they're just after my money. It's a tough situation. Like, I felt this big source of empathy for the parents and for her. Is so many people, I felt like we're being mean about it and judging her.
Because there's a lot of people just calling her names and making fun of her.
In the public, yeah.
Because I did see a news story where she went out and just started giving these speeches and ranting about her situation, and people are making fun of that because they're saying, hey, that's just more evidence that she is not mentally ready to handle her own life.
And maybe it is, maybe it isn't.
So what do you think? Do you think because that's the question we're asking, do you think that she should be free to control her own finances and to control her own relationships and everything? Because right now her dad and her parents are doing that, right?
Right.
So do you think she's ready to take the steering wheel?
I don't think that I have enough evidence to make that decision. Part of me, for her, yes, I want her to be free. And I want her to be able to live her life.
Sure.
She's a 39-year-old mother of 2 children. I want her healthy. But also, I would never want... I understand mental health issues. Yeah. And I would never... you wouldn't want to see her all of a sudden again with a shaved head and back in the news, hurting herself.
Or maybe her children.
Right. Well, I don't even think she has custody of her children. I think she just has visitation of her children. She says she wants to have another child, but under the conservatorship, I can't say that word, for some reason, her parents won't let her. And I can't imagine, I think she's 39 years old. Imagine being a 39-year-old woman and being prevented from having a child. Yeah. That would be weird. That would make me upset. Just feel like we need to have more compassion and empathy for someone that has faced a mental health crisis. Sure. Maybe they're through it and we keep judging them on the past. Right. Right. And replaying all those bad mistakes they made, which is that's not what God would do to us. Right. So that's not okay. But I also have empathy for maybe if she's still in that situation and she still needs help. A lot of people run away from friends in that situation. And I had a friend run away from me when I was facing a really tough time in my life. But then I also had friends that leaned in to help. And for me, I'm like, I don't know. I'm like, I want to go over there and be like, hey, Brittany, can we pray together? Like, what can I do? Like, I feel like I want to take Britney Spears out for coffee and be like, girl, I'm here. I know what it's like to have a fall and then to have people judge you for it and struggle with your mental health. Like, tell me how I can help you heal here. Right. Is that crazy? What do you think?
No, I think there's 2 perspectives on that, because I've been in many situations like that where someone is having a mental crisis because of different situations in their lives, and they need help. They need a lot of help. It ain't just prayer, Amanda.
You're right.
They need a lot of help. Yeah. And for someone who's busy and has their own family and has their own challenges in life, that requires a lot.
It's too much to step in.
It's a lot. And so there's been many situations where I've been asked to do those types of things. And I have to say, I'm sorry, I would love to, but I have to put my family first. I have to put my wife and my kids first.
Yeah.
Even though I have the heart to help you, can I help direct you to some other resources? But there's other times where I have stepped in and I've done a lot. And done that. So it just depends on what God is calling you to do. Where are you at in your life, and what has He equipped you to do to help? So that's my perspective, and I think you're right. I think all of us, to some degree, have mental issues. My mom would always say that. She would always say, we all need to go to therapy, okay? We all have mental issues. She was determined. My mom was adamant to get our entire family into therapy.
I agree with your mom.
I think everybody, to some degree, I don't care how normal you think you are, could benefit from some therapy. We all have mental challenges. Obviously, that's why we need God and we need grace and mercy.
Yeah.
But especially like celebrities, we kind of are quick to judge and criticize, but
meaner.
let's look right. So let's look at the life of Britney Spears. As a child, as a young girl, she got thrown into this world of money and sex and media and fame and all this, and that will have a huge impact on your life. And I don't think, and she went through that for many years where she was very sexualized, and I don't think she's ever fully recovered from that. She didn't fully grow up. She didn't have the opportunity to become a woman. And so we got to have sympathy for people like that and care for them. And you know what, Amanda, we can pray for for Britney. I mean, we don't have to be with her in person, but we can pray for Britney Spears, for her, for her kids, especially. My heart goes out to her poor kids who are going through this as well.
Yeah, she has 2 boys. I can't remember. Do you remember how old they are?
No, sorry, I don't follow Britney Spears.
I don't know how old they are. Well, Annette is saying that she's on Team Free Britney, and I get that. Mm-hmm. I wonder what do you think? Or maybe you have experience of going through something like this with a loved one, and you understand, no, this isn't ready, or should you lean in to help someone that's facing a mental health crisis, or do you need to back out and just have somebody? Maybe your dad's doing a great thing, stepping in.
Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
There are times I was looking up at what a conservatorship was.
Go ahead.
And I was like, wow, like that would be really nice sometimes if somebody was helping me make financial decisions.
Right. Oh my gosh, you're right. Absolutely. Oh my gosh. I would love if some logical balanced person could come into my life and make all my decisions for me. If there's anybody out there, that would like to take on that responsibility, I would love it. Oh my gosh, I would love to kick back and have somebody make all my decisions
not
for
making
me.
Light
Can
of
you
it,
imagine? Yeah, we're not making light of it, but we're just saying, Brittany,
I know.
You might have it pretty good right now.
Maybe this is helping you.
But I saw a quote from her mom and saying how challenging and struggling it was to hear her daughter saying all these things. Can you imagine your mom? You're a mom and you're watching your daughter say all these things and get frustrated. Oh man, it's so tough. I can't imagine that.
I wonder if her parents have a lot of guilt
for having some responsibility and getting her into the business and everything.
Because that doesn't happen on your own. I mean, there were parents were supportive and did that.
Well, you look at the life of like Justin Bieber, who, similar story.
You're right.
Young age, got caught up in all of this thing, started going down a certain path, and then got caught up in everything with the celebrity and the music and everything, and started going down a different path. Luckily, through different influences, he's being able to
but he came through addiction. He had some drugs and he came through it. Yeah. And even did like a couple Christian songs.
Yeah.
Do you remember those?
I do. Yeah. And I think there's hope for anybody that's going through mental challenges, just to be there for them, do what you can, And
at least not spread gossip and judgment. I think maybe that's the solution. I don't want to add to the meanness.
Right.
Whether it's Britney Spears or whether it's another parent on your kid's baseball or soccer team that you're starting to whisper about. Instead, if you're not going to lean in to help because you've got responsibilities, okay, but maybe be the one that provides resources and love and care and at least prayer.
Right, because we all see it. We see it every day. We're scrolling through Facebook and we judge people. Oh, look at what they're going through, blah, blah, blah. Or you see somebody in the Costco. Maybe you don't even know them and their kids are crying and screaming and you're thinking, man, what a terrible parent.
Yeah.
before we jump to conclusions and start judging people, let's stop for a minute and just pray for that person. Pray for that person, that God would help them, whatever they're in need of. Because holy cow, I would love that if somebody did that for me.
Everybody,
oh my gosh.
Yeah. Or like a stressful day, like instead of going, I remember people used to say to me at the grocery store when I had 3 little kids under 5 by myself, like at Costco, we're like, looks like you got your hands full. I'm like, oh my God, please don't say that to me.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
I remember one time I bit somebody's head off. I did. And I was like, listen, I'm doing my best. I'm a single parent and I cannot leave them home alone before Instacart to go grocery shopping. So I'm doing the best I can here. And it would help. Like, would you like to take one of the kids around? Or would you like to push my cart and do the grocery store? And they're like, I'm sorry.
Wow. Yeah.
One time,
quite. That would be awesome. Like, I wish I could have been there for that.
No, it was not. It was not one of my better moments. So I guess.
And the cashier's like adding up all these coupons that you have. Here, go ahead. Just go through. Go through.
Let's let this woman go home.
It's on us. Right.
More empathy and compassion. It never hurts to give someone empathy and compassion, right? You can never go wrong doing that.
But you know what? Let's have more of it. Even if you think you're doing your share, do more of it.
Give away. Oh,
more empathy. You can never run out of that. God certainly doesn't. Holy cow.
Bob Goff. Great thing to remember. He says you should give away unreasonably amounts of grace like it's the only size it comes in.
Yes.
Like it's the bigger than the venti at Starbucks.
Especially people that disagree with you politically.
Yes, please. Okay. Thanks for all that empathy and compassion, Matt. All right. Have a great weekend. It's going to be a gorgeous weekend. We've got the weekend preview for you at thefishsacramento.com or in your inbox. You can subscribe to that, by the way, at thefishsacramento.com. And every week we'll send you a list of family-friendly stuff in Sacramento to do. We do the research for you. Well, Matt does. You do that research.
It's not that hard.
He's the king of fun around here. And love for you to join us on Monday where you have a funny question of the day. We would like to get your opinion on how you would like to welcome aliens.
If aliens landed on Earth, because I guess they exist apparently.
I heard this Air Force pilot talking on the news about confirming UFO sightings.
Do you think? Hold on, everybody. We're not going away yet. Hold on, Amanda. Do you think there are such things as extraterrestrial people or things or creatures from the universe?
No, I don't.
You don't believe in that?
I don't.
Okay.
No. But I think it's fun to talk about.
Okay, there you go. We laid it out. I don't necessarily believe it either, but there are a lot of things, like when I watch the movie Signs, okay, how did those crop circles happen? I'm just saying, how did the crop circles happen? Those are real.
I mean, now that we're through 2020, I can say no. And talk to me about this a year ago, I'll be like, I don't know. I mean, what else weird can happen?
Right, I have too much to focus on. Ain't nobody got time to be thinking about aliens right now. We have enough crazy stuff happening on this planet.
So just for fun, it's our question of the day on Monday. If aliens landed on this planet,
right,
how would you welcome them so they wouldn't want to attack us? Like, what would you do to be like, roll out the red carpet for the aliens?
I have no idea.
One woman says she would give them Reese's peanut butter cups.
Which doesn't make sense because if she's basing that on the movie E.T., you give them Reese's Pieces. That's the key. If you give them Reese's peanut butter cups, you better watch out. Maybe they might not take too kindly to that. You need the Reese's Pieces.
Well, that'll be fun. We promise to encourage you. Have some fun on Monday. Enjoy your weekend. I'm going to go take a nap. Are we done? Okay.